guys, I want to welcome you to another episode of Create Brevity. My name is Eda Rector, and I will be talking about conscious manifesting with you today. We're going to expand a bit on manifesting mistakes that I've made and that we all make, and hopefully we can all learn from each other and we can grow and help each other make our dreams come true. So, I'll get right into it. We do have a website with a blog that has some great information on it and some really useful links. Okay, and we do offer one-on-one sessions. And that website's www.create8brevity.com. So, in previous episodes, we went over some manifesting basics. And in this one, we're going to talk a little bit more about probably one of the bigger mistakes that I made when I first started consciously manifesting. People are always asking me about this, and I think it's really important to discuss it because I think it helps explain how people find their process or their method. Now, to be clear, manifesting is very natural. It happens whether or not you think of it as having some specific steps or form, or it happens regardless. We are constantly manifesting every single day, no matter what. So you don't have to think of it as steps or as a process if you don't want to. But at the same time, for a lot of people, it's easier for them to kind of wrap their minds around it when they have some basic steps that they can kind of use to introduce themselves to manifesting. So I'll just jump right in. I would say for me, one of the bigger mistakes that I made when I first started consciously manifesting and when I first started kind of working with different life goals was I didn't fully accept the things that I wanted versus the things that I didn't want. So I didn't have a good clarity of what I wanted. I know that sounds kind of strange because you would think that everyone is so aware of what they want, all the time. I want this, I want that. But for me, I think what it was is I confused what I wanted, the different goals that I wanted in life and the different sort of end results that I wanted with the process of getting there. I'll give you a good example. If, for example, you really, really want to be wealthy, or you really, really want a lot of money, you want to be a millionaire or a billionaire, really think about, do you really want the money itself, or do you want the money to do something else? So in that case, the money that you're manifesting is not so much your end result or your life goal as it's just a way of getting to the end. It's your how. And for me, a lot of times I really thought I wanted certain things, and I would come to realize that no, it was just a way of executing my life goals, a way of getting there. And I really had to understand the difference. And that was a really important lesson for me to learn because I had spent so much time focusing on what I thought I wanted when it turns out that what I thought I wanted was just a means to an end, and I hadn't fully really sat with myself and understood what my heart's desires were. And that's important. So what I would suggest to you, if you find that you're having a really hard time kind of envisioning your wants, kind of envisioning your goals, is I would advise you to really sit with yourself, and try to get really clear on what it is that you want. And it's okay, by the way. It's okay to want a lot of money, and it's okay to want the how. But you have to remember that a lot of times with manifesting, it's controlling the how and the why. It's not really up to us, right? Our job is to get really, really clear on what we want and allow ourselves to become the person that has that. How we get there, through what connections, through what people that we'll meet along the way, we shouldn't try to control that. What controlling that does is it stresses us out and it makes us neurotic about our moves throughout the day. We're not really present. We're so focused on, if I do this, maybe that'll happen. If I don't do that, maybe that won't happen. We have all these kinds of thoughts kind of running in through our head that we're kind of ignoring what's actually happening in front of our face. And this is what's really important about getting clear about what you want, is that it helps you live in your current and kind of present day reality. It's really important that we live in our present day reality, because that is actually how we're going to get what we want. I know a lot of times with conscious manifesting, people kind of think of it as sort of a magical experience, and they feel like at the end of that tunnel, they're going to find happiness, or at the end of this trip or journey that they're going to go through mentally, spiritually, that they're going to get what they want. But the thing is, you already have what you want. You already are what you want, because you are your goals. You are a version of them. You might be a sort of unmalleable clay version of your goals. You might be the first step of them, but you are not separate from them, right? It's not something that you're going to get. It's something that you already have the capability of being. So you always have to remember that. And you can't approach reality as some sort of, I heard another coach mention it, PG, Caleb from PG Manifesting. He said something that was really interesting. He said that it was, the current reality is not a jail sentence. And that really stayed with me, because that is such an accurate way of looking at it. We're not sort of, waiting to get free. We're not counting down the days, right? This isn't, Shawshank Redemption. We're not trying to get free. What we're doing is we're living our lives, enjoying them, right? Hopefully. And we're finding ways to understand that we already are the things that we want to be. And that's really what manifesting is about. And the only way to really enjoy your current reality is to become really clear about what you want. Because a lot of times, like I said, if you get caught up in the how, and you get caught up in sort of the process of your goal, and you mistake that for what you really desire, what it can do for you is it can actually put you in a situation where you're kind of chasing the wrong thing, okay? And whatever you desire, your manifestations, they can still definitely occur. Remember, you can always get what you want, but it will leave you in a cycle of kind of highs and lows. You'll have like an emotional roller coaster experience. A lot of times people talk about when they're chasing after something that's not what they want, but it's adjacent to it, or the process or the way of getting there, they find that they experience a rush, but they also experience a great down low. And the purpose of manifesting is to keep you centered and to keep you kind of neutral as you face becoming the person that you want to be. Manifesting is supposed to bring joy and happiness, always. It's never supposed to bring you stress. And when you find yourself in a situation full of stress or anxiety, it's time to take that breath. It's time to go within yourself. It's time to have those inner conversations and those inner thoughts. It's time to accept yourself. It's time to accept what's happening in your reality, okay? And then take a deep breath and you can start again. And remember, there's no such thing as wasted time. There's no such thing as something taking too much time. That's what I get a lot of questions about that. Remember, the idea of time scarcity, just like that feeling of being in jail, is in your head. You can choose to be in prison, or you can free yourself, and you can accept what's happening around you and accept that you are your goals. You are your dreams already. That what you are is you're on your way to becoming them. And because you're already there, you can be plenty happy while it's manifesting. So I hope this helped. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you have any questions or you're interested in some one-on-ones or you'd like some more information from the blog, please check out our website at www.createbrevity.com. Love and light.